Joined by Ismaeel Ahmed, public affairs analyst, legal practitioner, also in politics. Morning and thank you for joining us. Speaking about this political party mergers, are we seeing some cracks already? Because two different voices now in Abga, in Anambra, and Abia seem to have complaints about this merger. But first, let's take a look at this report and we'll come back to you.
For several hours, members of the opposition parties met behind closed doors to tidy up details of the merger plan. Inside the meeting room were members of the merging committee for the four parties involved. They agreed on the name of the party, though the logo and identities are still being worked on.
ACN, ANPP, APGA, and CPC have resolved to merge forthwith and to become the All Progressives Congress, APC.
Absent at the merger negotiations were the governors of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshomole, and the Anambra State Governor, Mr. Peter Obi. But the committee explained that the merger has their blessing.
When it became clear that Comrade Adams Oshomole could not travel because of flight difficulties yesterday, his colleagues felt that since he was in support of what they were doing, they could take it for granted that they had his support. So there is no problem with that.
When all the governors met, the African governor, who is the leadership of the party, have taken fully and endorsed the merger. Of course, the leadership of the party, I came here on behalf of the leadership of the party to represent Africa.
This move by the opposition is definitely a build-up to the 2015 general elections, and the alliance is aimed at dislodging the People's Democratic Party.
It does not mean that we want to be a party with no opposition. In fact, opposition is tied to action. All right? We do good and we feel good. People tend to believe that when they see people are coming together, if they know they're strong, why do they come together?
You can see that with the speed with which issues have been concluded, the endorsement of this merger by 10 governors yesterday, and then the merging committees of the various parties also not just endorsing it but even arriving at a name and the logo of the party, is clear that this merger is going to work.
The merging parties pledge to restore the dignity of Nigerians and re-establish Nigerian in the Committee of Nations.
All right, Ismaeel, well, yes, you've seen that report, but as I did ask before we went on that report, members in, for instance, the All Progressive Grand Alliance members in Abia say they dissociate themselves from the purported merger. And then we hear the same thing coming from a House of Representatives member in Abga, in Anambra. What's going on? Didn't they talk properly with all the parties before this merger happened, you think?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Chamberlain. And merger of political parties, we're all independent human beings and we're all independent political parties before the coming of the merger. It's not something unusual. It is a teething problem. We're just coming together for the first time. Different tents, different ideological philosophies, different political ideologies. But the driving force and the interest is the entrenchment of democratic culture and the dislodgement of bad governance of the PDP that has been ruling the last 16 years. So there will be teething problems, of course. We have the different merger committees of the several political parties have gone around all over the country. They have sought opinions of all the parties that they wanted to come together. And of course, there will be dissenting views here and there, and there are people that voice their opinions here and there. But I don't think that is a catalyst for the breakup of the merger. This merger is here to stay. It's going to work. It's just more than about elections. It's about entrenchment of political culture and and the basic tenets of democracy. So I don't see it as a big problem. It's people can have their dissenting views, but at the end of the day, it's a democracy. The majority have a field day, and the majority of the political parties that are in this merger have already agreed to it, and they have accepted it and endorsed it.
Yeah, but some of the views that people have is fueled by what they describe as the predominant comments from the merger, saying that we're here to seize power from the PDP. They think that's all there is to it.
I can't hear that. Come again, please.
Is it just to seize power from the PDP? Because that's the impression people have of the merger.
Really, I can get this done. I can hear this.
Okay, let's give it another shot and see if we can do this one this time. Is it just to seize power from the PDP? Because that's the impression people have of the merger.
Well, unfortunately, I've been complaining about the same thing as well. And prior to the merger, I have said it times without number at different forums and different symposiums that I was privileged to attend, that politics or democracy cannot be seen just about elections. It cannot just be about the 4-year election cycles here and there. It has to be more than that. It has to be an entrenchment of a democratic culture so that people can be enlightened to know that there's more to it, there's more to democracy than just about choosing leaders. It has to be about accountability and the demand for probity and good governance. It is a culture, it's a way of life. Democracy is a way of life. It's just not an event. It's a process, it's a complete process. So yeah, of course, a lot of people in this country see democracy purely as an election. So they see this merger as a build-up towards 2015. But just like everything else in life, you have to strategize and you have to prioritize what you want to do. What comes first and what comes second. These political parties have realized that, okay, we are opposition and we are doing our best at our various levels. Our members of National Assembly or State Assembly or the states who are controlling, they are doing good or they are doing well. But we need to take control of certain things. So they prioritize it and they see that, okay, the only other way, or the first thing you have to do, is to get into the system to be able to change the system effectively according to the pathway of your thinking and your political ideology. So I can understand a lot of pessimists out there saying that it's all about seizing power from the PDP, which is not a bad thing. The PDP has been a catastrophe, at least at the federal government level. So I think we have prioritized it, and if it's going to be the first step, then let it be the first step, and then we go on, and then we implement the other things as we go along.
Perhaps
so it's not such a bad idea if the primary goal, if the priority, the first priority is about seizing power, but that should not be the only priority, and I'm sure it's not the only one.